Welcome everybody to this video. I'm not gonna lose any time, I'm just gonna get straight into it. I'm gonna speak about Bitcoin, where I think it's going, what's gonna happen next, etc. How am I positioned in the market right now. Now, first of all, before I get into it, in the bio of this video you can find a free link for my education. It's free, I have a free course, free Discord, free Telegram. You wanna join, feel free to do so. Now, about Bitcoin. First of all, I want to mention that we're in October, historically very bullish month. September closed very bullish as well. So, first I'm gonna look into the high term time frames, and then I'm gonna zoom into the weekly and daily and 12-hour and 4-hour. Now on the monthly time frame, what we can observe actually, if September closed out bullish, and this was our in August, let's say we bottomed in August, and then in September we tested that week, we protected it. In October we have had just 5 days of the month, and we dipped kind of into the September body. So at the moment, if you observe the wicks pretty much on the months, you can clearly see this one 66.5 front run. This is not exactly 66.5. This over here 72,000, he's been front run a couple of times on the weekly as well. If you take a look at this week, this one 70, let me just check that out to give you the most accurate information. So 71,997, 72,797. So these levels has been front run. I know that round numbers that are front run usually get revisited. So what I mean by this, let's say this low down here, right? So $50,000 tap bounce. Let's say even the current low, when we front run that $60,000 level, people were getting overly bullish on long at the bottom, but still we did front run that $60,000, yeah. So that was a very good reason for us to come and take out 60k and see what happens then. So coming into the monthly, I want to mention that if we reclaim the monthly open, and if we reclaim the monthly high, this monthly candle is gonna look as it's breaking out of this consolidation, to put it that way, in the most simple terms. Like if you take a look at the monthly, this is the monthly, and if we start breaking above this, it's gonna look as the Q4 breakout is actually happening. However, if we do break below September lows, this whole scenario is gonna get invalidated, and most likely the momentum is shifted to the downside. We're gonna see much lower prices, but I don't believe this is gonna happen. I'm being optimistic about the market for a few reasons. First of all, you have Nasdaq. In Q4, Nasdaq just blows everything away. Let me just see if I can find some information. So yes, over here, this is the seasonality on Nasdaq. So over here, what you can see on that picture, pretty much in the beginning of the month, there's a bit of a sideways price action, a bit of a dip, and then it just starts blowing the top off, right? So especially with things coming out on Q4 like Shopify, Meta, they're gonna have their balance sheets coming out, profits, etc. Q4 is historically bullish, like the data says that, and it makes perfectly sense for Bitcoin to break out of this form, pretty much 7 months of consolidation in this fourth quarter of the year. So once it reclaims the monthly open, I'm pretty confident that we're gonna go for a new all-time high before everyone starts speaking about that. And this has been a very good opportunity, perhaps. I've been speaking about it, I've been vocally bullish over here, this region, for a few reasons. Now, first of all, we did test the OT from this low to this high. Yes, we had the possibility of coming down to 59. However, many people spoke about 59, and when lots of people are speaking about the level, usually that's not what happens, right? So at the moment, what we're seeing, I'm gonna show the total. So this is the total, right? So we cleaned out these lows in August, we had a move up, we tested the OTE, right, perfectly, and we're back testing the anchored view ups along with the most local OTE, right? So also we do have a bullish break of structure over here, so it does make sense for the total to continue going up, as well as Bitcoin. And imagine the following: Meta, Nasdaq, Shopify, all the tech stocks start breaking to the upside in the fourth quarter of the year. Nasdaq is pumping, ES is pumping. Why is Bitcoin not following? It makes perfect sense for Bitcoin to continue going up in that direction. Now, in terms of levels, I know that we do have a few levels which we have to be aware of. If we do reclaim this monthly open, I do not see a reason for Bitcoin not to go up to 67. Also, let me just come into the 12-hour and show you something, guys, quickly. If we take a look at the fixed range from the beginning, pretty much backtest this value area low, and we do have the range point of control coming out at 67,250. However, if we come into 67,250, yeah, so we're gonna be breaking out of this parallel channel. And I know a lot of people would be with the range point of control, etc., but I wouldn't get too bearish at this level. I would be looking more of like 3 months going up. Like if we break out this parallel channel to the upside, we're gonna have 3 months of going up, like October, November, December, right? So if we reclaim the monthly open, this candle is gonna close probably somewhere around here, 69, 67, and then in November the candle most likely is gonna look like this. We're gonna be having a new all-time high in November most likely. So be aware of these things. Like on the high-term time frame, the picture is being much more cleaner than the low-term time frames. Even though right now we're having very technical levels being respected, in my opinion, and I believe Bitcoin is gonna go for the new all-time high. However, in terms of levels, coming back into this, one of the reasons also, not only the OT, but we backtested that, let me just show you quickly, the anchored view up. So from the impulse lows, the anchored view up has been defended. So how do I see price moving? Now, if price starts doing like a slow grind, slowly, I would consider this very healthy. Lots of people would get like bearish, which is good, and that's what we want to see. However, the place to be bullish at, I believe, is now or lower. I wouldn't start longing into here because it can just like a quick flush and then move up. Do we have a reason to come back down into this region? Let's take a look on the TPO charts. It's gonna be most clean. Just show quickly. So do we have a reason to come down lower? It's a good low. We backtested this excess, not really. Previous day, good lows as well. This high is kind of sticking out a bit more poorly. This high is extremely ugly. Here we have single prints. Here we have like these equal highs. So there is a big reason for Bitcoin coming to 67, and also again, if we come into 67, we're gonna be breaking out this consolidation phase. Also on the high time frame, something which you want to be aware of. We still haven't hit. Let me just see which chart was it on. Was it on this one? I have a few charts which I'm looking at. Okay, it was on this one. Yeah. So over here, we still have this parallel channel top, which still hasn't been hit. So we gotta see what happens when price reaches that all-time high. If everything's being overly bullish and there's like over leverage in the market, etc., you gotta be a bit more careful. However, my expectations are more bullish than bearish on Bitcoin. Seasonality is gonna hit, breaking out of this parallel channel. Is this the fourth quarter low? In my opinion, it is very likely. Lots of people are sidelined right now. Many people are in disbelief. I remember the last time I was bullish on Bitcoin was here in September. This is when I was buying, and then over here I got a bit more cautious into the new all-time high. However, right now I do have a reason to be bullish again, and this range has been very successful for me and my network. Traded very nicely. Yet I believe it's time for this thing to break out. We do have enough fuel. All the indicators has been reset in terms of, let's say, all the retail indicators, MACD, RSI, all these things that I don't believe in these things, but they're fully reset. Also, there's lots of fuel for price to go up, and also for the round numbers, just to give a bit of explanation. 73777, 72797, 71997, like these are all clues from the market makers that this region is gonna be revisited. So yeah, do as you think. like trade your own way, but in my opinion there's also a blank spot for price between the monthly open. Okay, so between the monthly open and 67, that's a blind spot. So I believe price gonna fairly quickly move between the monthly open and this box, and then if we just start slowly grinding to the upside, just slowly, and you see absorption at these lows, this thing is preparing just to shoot up. So in my personal experience, in my personal belief, I'm much more bullish than bearish. Long your longs, I don't know if a retail or we a retail, I don't know who is coming, but this market is gonna get heated, in my personal opinion. So get positioned, prepare to make some money, and I believe easy mode is coming back. So yeah, that's it from me. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, or send me a DM on Instagram, ask me a question or anything else. Make sure I'll answer you. Thank you. Bye bye.